Good day. In this lecture, we will go to programming with C, Chapter 1, Introduction. C can be used for systems programming, write OS, and also for applications programming, i.e. problem solving. This is what we are going to focus on throughout this course, which is problem solving. In the following example, we have a simple C program to calculate area of circle. This is just to show the structure of the C program. When you have comments, they can be included in within the slash asterisk close by asterisk slash. Comments are ignored by the compiler. They are not compiled. Include stdio.h. This is where we import all the C library files. Our program is always named main. This is function heading. The C codings are going to be in between these two squarely bracket. In this example, we have radius and area. These are our variables. Floating point variable. Printf string. So this string is going to be displayed on the screen. Scanf is input statement. Scanf radius. Radius is float. That's why %f is the format for radius. Next, calculate area, followed by screen display of the content of area. So printf, the content of area is float %f. System pause is only required when you run the exe file on its own and there is no editor. If you are using the editor, you can skip this statement. This is not required. Chapter 2, C Fundamentals. Valid C characters include alphabet, lower and uppercase, digits 0 through 9, and the special characters. And most compilers will also accept these two, the alias and $sign. Escape sequences such as /b, /n, /t, and many more. They represent a single character, even though physically there are two characters. So these are the only characters allowed in a C program. Identifiers and keywords. So identifiers are defined by the users, the programmers. They are names given to variables, function, and arrays. In the example above, we have radius and area are our variables. Identifiers are made up of letters and digits. So the first character must be a letter. It must be an alphabet. Lower and uppercase letters are accepted. It's common to use. However, it's common to use lowercase in C programming. Identifiers are case sensitive. Lowercase is not equivalent to uppercase. So this variable is different from this variable. So capital A is different from small a. Underscore character is also considered part of the letter set. It is usually used to include to connect two or more words. For example, our variable, we cannot use text blank red. That's illegal. To connect these two, we can use text underscore red. Identifiers may begin with an underscore, for example, underscore temperature, underscore area, but this is rarely used, rarely done in practice. Identifiers, the length can vary from 8 to more characters in length, but the best practice is to go for the shortest length. Keywords. Keywords are reserved words with standard predefined meanings. They cannot be used as programmer-defined identifiers. So this and many more keywords, you cannot use this as your own variables. And keywords are all in the lowercase. Data types. All the information around us are basically data. So data can be, these are all keywords: integer quantity, single character, floating point number, either in decimal point or in exponent form. It can be double precision, floating point number. What are constants? Constants are data stored in variables and arrays. There are 4 constants: integer, floating point, character, and string constants. For integer and floating point, which are numeric type constants, these are the rules. No commas and blanks within the constant. Of course, a constant can be preceded by a minus sign for negative number, and the values cannot exceed a certain specified minimum and maximum bound as dictated by the hardware. Integer constants are data stored in integer variables and arrays. So integer constants are made up of integer valued numbers, any combination of digits 0 to 9. The following are invalid decimal integer constant. First case, there's a comma there, it's not allowed. Decimal point is not allowed because this is integer constant. Blank is not allowed in between elements, data elements. Hyphen is also illegal. Last one, 0 is not allowed. 1 to 3 by itself is valid, but the rule says you cannot start with 0 here. Floating point constants are data stored in floating point variables and arrays. They are base 10 number with decimal or exponent. These are valid floating point constants. This is in decimal point form. This is in exponent form. So the exponent can be capital E, it can be lowercase e. So this is basically 2 times 10 to the power minus 5. If the exponent is positive, you can drop the plus sign. These are invalid floating point constants. 5 by itself is integer constant. Comma is legal. Exponents must be integer, so this is illegal. Blank is not allowed. Character constants. Character constants are data stored in character variables. A character constant is a single character enclosed in single quotes. These are all character constants. And character constants have an integer ASCII value. So the ASCII value, you can Google the internet, ASCII character set, so you can have this table. For example, capital A here is the character constant, capital A. The integer or ASCII value is 65. A single blank character constant, the integer number is 32. Escape sequences also have an ASCII number. The /0 end of string marker has an integer ASCII value of 0. So /0 is a null character. It is used to indicate end of string. It's the end of string marker. String constants. So string constants are data stored in character arrays. They consist of any number of consecutive characters, including none, enclosed within double quotation marks. So these are all string constants. In the following, we have a situation where we want to display this on the screen. However, this double quote will conflict with the opening and closing of the control strings within the printf statement. To avoid this, you can put slash before the double quote. This is telling the compiler, just treat this double quotation mark as normal characters. A character constant is not equivalent to single character string constant. For example, here we have string constant A. Here, string constant A. Here, character constant A. But they share the same, of course, they share the same ASCII value. The ASCII value for string constant A here and character constant A here, the ASCII values are the same. Variable arrays is continued in the next video. Thank you.